Sci-Fi. Hey everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal and contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/RealLifeSciFi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. And visit RealLifeSciFi.show for all of our links. If you have a suggestion for a topic or guest, you can email us at WadeandWilly@gmail.com, or you can find our Discord somehow. Let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF. She's a science reporter and author of First Contact. It's Becky Ferreira. What's up?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good. Great. So, walk me through this. You're a reporter, but you just do science stuff.
Yeah. I specialize mostly in space, search for extraterrestrial life, but I also like archaeology. So we got some, good synergies there. And any kind of natural sciences, like I do a lot of earth science, climate reporting, things like that.
Okay, because I was watching the Kansas City news and they had like an agriculture reporter, and we didn't have that in Colorado, and I didn't know it was a thing.
Sounds like a fascinating subject. You can really, if you can make it interesting, you can make a beat out of anything.
Yeah. Sure.
Fortunately, with aliens as my topic, I don't have to do much work with that.
Well, so yeah, tell me about the book. What is the book all about?
Yeah, so I've been covering the sort of science side of the search for life for 10 years, and I really think it's a really exciting time right now. It's a time that when I first started reporting, everybody was looking forward to it because you would have all these astrobiological missions like the Mars Perseverance rover, and also all of these things like the James Webb Space Telescope and things like that, looking at the skies of exoplanets. And I think it's really exciting to be now in this part of the timeline where obviously aliens are something that we've been searching for millennia, and in one form or another. And now we're getting the first possible biosignatures. Nothing is confirmed to be alien, right, of course, but to actually get data and to start getting some ground truth on those kind of things is really fun. And then, I really think I have a cultural fascination with it too. Like I love alien movies and pop culture. And I think the whole community of UAP and UFO history is really interesting. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say I'm a believer on that. I'm more of a Scully, but yeah, I still think it's a really fascinating thing. And I get, interesting emails all the time from people who claim to have visited this alien or that alien. And I think it's great. I love that there's so much of I can't think of any other topic where people come into it from so many different avenues. So that was the inspiration for the book, was to sort of try to summarize everything that I think is interesting, all the different meanings of alien to people, and to try to make this argument that we all have to start talking to each other because we're kind of speaking different languages, even though we're obsessed with the same topic.
Yeah, you're like the perfect guest, because that's what we're trying to do, is bridge the gap of what people think and what people believe. And I mean, a lot of us are biased by our beliefs, but you're doing the hard work to make people change.
Who's the best alien that you talked to? Or alien? Well, wait, there's a 2-part question. Have you spoken to a starseed? And then the second part is who's met the most interesting alien?
Who's met?
Do you know what a starseed is?
Yeah, I do. I haven't. Okay. To my knowledge, I have not ever spoken to one.
Well, we have. So
then I look forward to your conversation.
Now?
I know. You clearly have a depth of sourcing that I don't have with extraterrestrial beings. They don't talk to me. It's so strange. And it's always very disappointing to people who write to me that I'm like, no, I've never been visited. Sorry.
You just gotta go to
Sedona.
Sedona. Yeah,
no, I know. I just gotta get the right hotspot, right? But and then the second question, who's the most interesting alien I've ever met?
Yeah. Or what was their species and stuff? I'm fascinated by the species of it because it's all so made up.
Yeah, I like the
in my opinion.
I like the heptapods a lot from the Arrival, from the movie Arrival, and from the story that inspired it. They're pretty great. I would like to experience time simultaneously as well. I'm kind of bored with being in the linear timeline. So,
oh God, tell me about it.
Right? Let's just open it up. Open it up.
I don't know the topic, which is kind of by design. It's not that I'm unprepared. Does it have to do with, should I stay away from 3i Atlas right now? Or
I mean,
go ahead.
It's going to, I mean, it's okay.
What do you know about that? they're already saying it's just an asteroid, right? What do you
It's
think?
a comet, yeah.
Oh,
I
comet.
mean, I think all three of them, the natural explanations are like much more compelling than the alien theory that's invoked because and especially with the last two, they both behave like comets. They're both really interesting comets. Comets can be interesting, you know. Oumuamua, the first interstellar object, was the one that was really, really weird. And I think that, I still think there's been many interesting natural explanations, but it is still like, it's really too bad that we couldn't just speed launch something to go see what the heck that was. It's very, very tantalizing and disappointing to me that it's just out there going to its next place to confuse whatever alien species is in the next system.
And we have photos of it now, don't we? But they're all just like, it might as well just be like a headlight.
It looks like a comet, like any other. Yeah.
That I would say most of the photos of all three interstellar objects are not real. So it's like, it's hard to, when you're trying to find a picture of it, you got to go to.
Oh, you mean like they're generated as like mosaics and stuff like that? Yeah, I mean they're fast, they're small. Oumuamua was barely imaged at all, like, right? Nobody was really expecting that one. The nice thing right now is that there's a couple of new observatories that will start discovering a lot more of them because they're easy to find, they move really fast, they're unbound from the solar system, so you can tell that they're from the interstellar space because they're not bound. So we'll have a lot more in a couple of years, and we'll be able to maybe see if this artifact thing is real or they're just really cool chunks of comets and planets and things. So yeah.
And
what's going to happen
if you're? I'm sorry, I'll be real quick. If you're on the other side of that belief spectrum, December 19th is supposed to be the date that we find out. That
is it going right? yeah, exactly.
Probably the same day. Yeah,
that's.
There are probably the X-Files files probably on that comment.
Well, the comet did go to the island. Sure.
The comet. No, comet has dirty ice all over it. I like the merging of a conspiracy theory. Is December 19th when it's like closest to the sun or something?
The latest I heard, because I've heard a couple dates. December 25th is when we can see it from the backside of the sun.
Okay,
I heard it's actually December 19th now, and that would be when they. It's funny, it doesn't make sense because it's like if it's just coming from behind the sun, it's not going to be on Earth, or So
usually you can do really good observations with it when they go around the sun because you get like a lot of light on them, and so but that's just like. There's a lot of comets that have been studied that way that are from our solar system. So, I mean, it went by Mars, I think, in October, and there were some interesting pictures there. But as far as I can see, from my channels, it appears to be very interesting comet. Like, could be older than the solar system, could be from a much older star system, which is interesting. But
are people going to learn anything from it, or is it just like a drive-by? Like, oh well, there it went.
I think, it's such a good question. I think we, learn every time we get a new one because then the sample size is so small for this type of object that like every single one is interesting. And you had such a weird one with Oumuamua, then Comet Borisov was like, I'm a comet and I'm normal.
Yeah.
And then this one is also a comet, but it would be interesting to be able to determine like how old it was, or I'm just really interested for if we can ever kind of get ourselves organized to have a rush mission to try to go out and sample one of these things. I mean, could you imagine having interstellar material actually brought back to Earth? Like, but it's tricky because they are so fast and they are transient, and so but that's what I want, so you can actually really answer those questions you have of like, what can we learn about another star system from these?
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, that's kind of cool for us to try to get the science heads of the world to team up to be like, if we're going to do this, like, who's going to fund it? Why don't we all pitch in together and it'll be like the device they built in the first Carl Sagan's contact, it's like, it's world time.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll have to have like a really contentious hearing and stuff like that about the results. But, the one thing I would also just mention is that I think that, the fact that we are getting, especially with the last two, these very like comets that look like us, it's sort of like a validation of the Copernican principle that Earth and our solar system is probably not very different from other solar systems, right? We kind of already know that from our observations, but it's nice to have some ground truth to that as well. And that's exciting because obviously our solar system has life. So if there's other solar systems are similar, you can, stands to reason.
Man,
it makes the universe a smaller place when we see that
Well, it also gives me another place to just go. I just want to leave Earth. I don't want to be here. Let's go to that one and see if anywhere.
Any other place like Interstellar. Yeah.
Is Armageddon your favorite movie? Because you just described the plot of Armageddon, I think.
It's not my favorite. Jurassic Park, but close. Doesn't have enough dinosaurs to be my favorite, so.
All right, because you're into archaeology and stuff.
I'm paleontologist. Big dinosaur.
Something's going on with my throat. You've been to the tar pits out here?
Yes, I love. one of my favorite things. So cool. Yeah,
it's awesome.
In general, LA has such great archaeology. And,
I know,
and such great paleontology. I'm from Alberta too, in Canada, which has like a ton of dinosaurs there. So when you live on dinosaur cemeteries everywhere. So it's like
we're from Colorado, but I never did go to the dinosaur park out there.
Big park there. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah. You should go. I mean, if you like really dead things, which is which I do.
Okay, we do something here on the show. It's kind of a barometer for the audience. It's called the WOW scale. WOW scale.
Are you a Wade or are you a Willy?
It stands for Wade or Willy. It's a 5-question quiz. At the end of the quiz, I'll give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willy.
Okay.
Are you ready to be Wade on the WOW scale?
Put me on it.
First question, 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
Yes, I doubt it.
Okay. Do you watch a lot of Ancient Aliens?
I've seen a couple episodes. I read The Chariots of the Gods, things like that, just to see what the conversation was about.
Ghosts?
No, I don't really believe in those, yeah.
Okay. No ghost stories, huh?
Well, I'm not trying to take away from other people's experiences. The supernatural is just not that interested in me. So maybe it is there, but
yeah, I feel the same way.
Ghosts do not talk to me. I think I like to think of connections to the dead and like think about genetic inheritance and things like that. The idea like my dead relatives, I'm expressing their genes and thought, I can't help but be part of the lineage. So that's something that's kind of tangential, but in terms of like actual remnants. Also, I want to die and be dead. Well, I don't want to be haunting things.
Well, you just want to be dead? You want it to be black, nothingness? Really?
Yeah. I think it's good to be dead.
What if you could be like a being of light and travel?
Well, being of light sounds good. I don't like the idea of beings of light from the past around me, and I don't want to like be encumbering future generations with my radiant presence.
For sure. I think about that all the time.
Death is underrated. It's a tragedy, I know, but it's also like nature put it in our code for a reason.
Yeah.
It's funny because you think of ghosts with unfinished business, we'll picture like ghosts with like unfinished ideas. It's like, no, you guys are doing this wrong. Like the Karen of ghosts. That's
dude. Me as a ghost would be, I never finished that video game. And it would just be me sitting on a couch, like trying to turn on a video game. And people would be like, get this loser out of here.
This is like my point, though. You're making an argument against the ghost. Like the ghost is
I don't believe in ghosts. I don't want to be a ghost. I'm only subscribed to the travel through the universe on a flash of light.
With some kind of remnant of your consciousness, I would imagine, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, yes, it's a lot to get into. Are we all the same? Is this all a facade?
Yeah.
That whole thing. All right. Question 3. Bigfoot.
Oh, I would love it, but I doubt it as well.
Yeah. Poor Bigfoot. Nobody likes him. All right. 4th question. Was 9/11 an inside job?
I don't think so. But I'm not really well versed on the conspiracy. But
yeah, neither am I. You don't think there was anything going on behind the scenes?
I mean, there was an awareness of where there was like intel reports, but I don't think I've never seen evidence of like inside job. I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward to me. America is very hated for often good reasons by lots of people.
Oh, so yes.
So it doesn't seem that hard for me to conjure up a foreign, desire to damage the country.
Well, I mean, we love terrorists so much. We're building them here now.
There you go.
So, all right. The multiverse. This is the last question. What do you think of the multiverse? Do you think that could exist? Do you think that we could? Do you think the real heart of the question is, do you think we will ever be able to transverse between universes?
I have no idea if you would be able to transverse. I do think, the more you learn about the universe, the more she's like a very strange, mysterious, weird place that we might have, our senses might not even be adapted to most of it. So I'm quite open to the idea that, considering she flouts all expectations all the time, that the universe could have more multitudes in there. But I'm not sure what form that would take, if it would be like something spiritual or string theory or something like that. But open to it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll put you as a 1. We'll put you as a 1. I think that's good. Yeah.
I'll take it.
So you're more of a Wade than a Willy. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Willy, hit us with that topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, aliens? Our guest, Becky Ferreira, is a science reporter and has written a book, First Contact, that tells the fascinating story of our obsession with alien life. Grab a drink and let's talk about our obsession with the alien life tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi.
So just general, we're just doing aliens.
Yeah, I mean, you've got great ideas in here, and from the idea of ancient aliens that, I'm just reading this right here, from Greco-Roman philosophers to early Christian and Muslim thinkers, the Japanese folk tale, the tale of the bamboo cutter. I just love finding what could be alien stories in the past, because of course we apply what we know to ancient societies, and so we could be wrong about a lot of them. But
can I just start with the hieroglyphics of Egypt, and is that a good place to start?
Sure.
What do you think of those? Do you think there's any depictions of aliens in those things? Because have you seen the bags and stuff? We've been over a bunch of weird stuff.
I've seen the bags. I've seen the most common examples. For me, it's like I'm quite bullish on humans. I think humans get very bored and do very interesting things and want to prove to other humans at all times that they can do really strange things and, take rocks from, tens of miles away that are really big and be like, I put this rock here, and or like make really imaginative drawings. So for me, I just kind of feel like nothing that I've seen in this mythology, which is, by the way, very compelling. Like I said, I read Chariot of the Gods, and I was like, I can see why this is like a big deal, right? Like, it's very well put together. That said, I just think it's like it's a dim view of humans and kind of ignores how much creativity humans are currently expressing. And this was a time when they didn't have streaming TV and phones, so they would have been even more like.
Right. Yeah.
So I just think it's something to me, it's something to celebrate, and to attribute it to aliens is like kind of a knock on your imagination about what humans can do.
This is what I've been saying for 10 years. Right, Willy? I'm always
I want to see Willy. I want to see the Willy perspective. Yeah.
Well, okay. So like I don't think the aliens had anything to do with the pyramids. I think that there might have been earlier civilizations that were lost in time, and the Egyptians we knew moved into those. I kind of think that, like when you look at Ramses II, just graffitied his name all over everything and claimed everything for himself, and they don't have hieroglyphs of them building the pyramids. There's no hieroglyph of a pyramid. But if that were a power source, maybe it has a different symbol. In the same way that the winged, when you see the wings on a creature, it usually meant that they could fly, or people think that maybe that they came from a craft or had the ability of flight.
They were fast. They could have just been fast. It could have been a metaphor. Do you know about the energy thing? I'm wondering how.
Have you heard of? There's a couple different versions of how the pyramids could have been power plants. One of them being like a salt power plant. There's certain chemicals in there that you would use if there was I forget the name of the pump, but I mean, it's just so funny to me because when you look at the Great Pyramid, you're like, the entrance is way over here, the main entrance. I'm like, well, I don't think that there was a main entrance because it was all covered up with the other limestone. But one idea is that all the water underneath there and certain chemicals in there. There's these certain stones that are in some of the chambers, and those could move and pump and move water and generate.
And now they're finding all those things. You're very into archaeology. Are you following all the stuff below the pyramids that they've discovered with like the
muon stuff? No, I mean, I think that stuff is like really tantalizing. But I just, again, amazing. With so much stuff, like this goes for UAP and UFOs too. Like, I think it's all very strange and interesting. I like theories about it. I see no reason to think it's extraterrestrial though. Like,
no, but it is super interesting.
It is.
Right?
I mean, the fact that they're finding like those hidden chambers and things like that, right? Like, and they're using, cosmic particles to do it is so crazy to be able to non-invasively peek it. And it makes me be like, I don't actually want this, but can we drill into there? Can we drill open that pyramid? Yeah. See that?
Do you know about the Egyptian guy who's like the gatekeeper of all that stuff, or is that
the main archaeology guy that Zawi? I've never
you know about him?
I know about him. I've never interviewed him or anything, so I don't. Yeah, but
so okay. Well, Willie, recenter me here.
Well, I've got a question. In the last 10 years, ever since they started, let's just jump into UAPs because that's the new hot freshness. There's weird technology that it's either completely secret military or some other intelligence. What are some of the most fascinating things that you've heard from either the hearings or the expert witnesses?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hearings are kind of, some of them really annoy me, like the Grush hearing. Like, I just don't there's a way in which, because the UFO community and people who are interested in this stuff are now so mainstream, whereas once it was seen as fringe and you had to like stigmatize it. Not that was the bad move to do, but like that's how it was. Yeah. But now you see politicians being like, "Oh yeah, I know," and they're using it as like political grist, and I'm like, well, you're the one you could release this. I don't understand. It's like, I just don't. So I don't like those little ones where it feels like it's just kind of churning up stuff and nothing ever comes of it. The ones I think are really fascinating are like the Pentagon videos, obviously. I mean, you have these pilots like, swearing and being like, what is that? And these are people like with so many flight hours, like totally. They're, I trust that that they know what is a weird thing in the sky. And, it's like, you see them and it's so strange. And NASA did an independent UAP report a couple years ago. And there was like a detail in there about like, we keep seeing these strange orbs floating around. And I'm like, what are the orbs? Like, so there's definitely like the well, like I work best in the kind of scientific framework of peer reviewed, well kind of corroborated like sightings and reports. And there's no question something is there. I don't know, like, I just don't see I think that the evidence would be overwhelming if extraterrestrials were here. I know a lot of people disagree. I just really don't see that being easy to keep under wraps.
Mind control.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but it's like the same kind of pattern that you see like in the early kind of the birth of the UFO community in the 40s and 50s is like, the CIA was lying to people and being like, no, you're crazy. You didn't see that, when they knew exactly what they had seen, right? And it was experimental spycraft. So I that's my best guess for what this is.
Experimental spycraft?
Something human, something that's a secret project. That's what it has been verifiably in the past at Roswell, like the Project Mogul thing, right? Something that they couldn't come up and be clearly like, well, they say it's a weather balloon when it's actually a more complicated program than that. It's these white lies. And so I kind of feel like that's the most, given the trajectory of history, where it tends to be that it is something that's a top secret project that a lot of people are seeing, which explains why you have like hotspots around places like Area 51. Yeah, that seems the best guess to me. But, maybe that will be the headline tomorrow. And I'm happy to have egg on my face about it. Like,
well, but as a journalist, you need to cite sources and it really doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what you think, honestly. Like, what you can report.
I wish that, Grush was just in the news last week again about talking about this, whatever non-human biological material that they keep using, that I'm like, this is just a very salacious term to use and vague. And I don't like it because it confuses people. And I just feel like if that's the material you have, stop teasing it and just like be clear. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I've thought about I try to think of it not a lot of these not being aliens, just and what if there was a secret military craft and they had a synthetic, some kind of robot that ran off of, that had like
Battlestar.
a flesh robot that, or something. It's a
Mhm.
non-human biologic. I don't know. I'm so torn by everything because of the way the information comes out.
Mhm.
You know, that like the Grush hearing, that was all basically the Republicans, which
Mhm.
made it weird. Like, why is this bipartisan?
Yeah.
And
I think
so
they see it as a politically salient thing to be like conspiratorial with their constituents, and it's like, that's not your role. Like, you're in the government, you could do something about this. You're not like you're not someone on a rural road who saw, you know what I mean?
Why won't they tell us what's happening?
Oh,
It's like,
I know.
you're the one.
It actually is kind of similar to the Epstein thing, where it's like, yes, like, fine.
why aren't we doing this?
Why aren't
you guys?
what?
Why aren't we
Yeah.
doing it?
It's like, just do it.
I wanted to ask before we'll get back into aliens. I don't think this is aliens, but you're in Ithaca, and I think it was the beginning of this year. It could have been last year when we had the drones in New Jersey and probably New York, just around that area. Did you cover that at all?
I didn't. I missed that one.
Okay.
So I'm not super informed about that one. And it was
I wonder what that was, man. Like, it
I was
just went
deep
away.
in book. Yeah. What's your insight on that? I was deep in book writing on that, and then I remember being like, I can't deal with that.
One conclusion that we kind of came up with from doing it as an episode was that it's just some kind of joint military secret testing of it could even
everything
be
you
drone delivery, or when are you going to test new technologies? Because here's the thing, and I'm not trying to bring it back to aliens. The whole problem with this is secret military has always been trying to hide information from enemies, and when they think their citizens are enemies, they hide everything from us too.
Yeah,
and
it's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to go off on a crazy tangent, and it's fine.
Oh, it's better to cut him off.
Definitely want to hear it.
Anytime you want to cut him off, it's better to cut him off. But now she wants to hear your tangent, Willie.
Well, I mean, because I really lean more towards this side of, because like one thing you said that totally makes a lot of sense, and this is the thought that people should have, and is that it would be really hard to hide aliens from us.
Yeah.
But I lean towards, unless they were trying to hide themselves from us, then it's like the few people that do know can't really show you anything anyways. I don't know. Like last night, I went outside just after it got dark, and I saw 5 UAPs, and I see them all the time when I look for them. And the video's bad, but there's a helicopter, there's a plane, and then there's this star that's moving. And a lot of times you'll see them moving just a little weird, no propulsion, no anti-collision beacon, and then they disappear. They get bright and they disappear. And I'm like, so everyone always tells me, that if it's not a plane, it's a satellite. I'm like, I tell you, in Los Angeles, we just aren't going to see low-level satellites either. I think there's a possibility, but I think that if there were aliens here, they could go about their business without talking to us. My parallel is always like, when we clear out a jungle, we don't go introduce ourselves to all the animals that have to move.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if it were secret military,
hi, I'm Wade.
They would.
What's your name?
Be secret
hi,
military.
Solaris, please. Could you please make way for me?
Push on. Secret military would be happy to do all of their stuff around us because they need to see if we notice it. So if they send it to other countries, if they're going to see it. So you know what I mean? I'm like, I really hate secret military, and I really feel like they have more powers than they should.
I think the whole, I agree with you on that. I think when you read the history of the lying that was done about this kind of stuff, right? On one hand, I do kind of see the point from the government, where they're like, we don't want to expose these scary things. And, especially with the Roswell crash, where that balloon was looking for, atmospheric tests from the Soviets of nuclear weapons. I can see why they're like, we don't want people to know that the Soviets might blow up nuclear weapons in the sky. But at the same time, I'm a reporter, so I really care about giving people accurate, timely information. And I also think the public is not that gullible and not that credulous most of the time. yes, people will put it into their own silos and their beliefs, but better, like, I actually think the public can deal with a lot of stuff. So I'm with you on the secret military stuff, and there's no question that it's like been very nefarious. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of having like the trope in like kind of the ufological culture of having like alien human collaborators, you know, conspiratorial humans that are helping with the alien plan or whatever. I always think though, to the point that, you know, you just made, that as someone who like works with scientists, who like, that's my, you know, that's who I'm talking to every day, they can't keep a secret. So if it's going to get out to them, maybe the secret military could, you know, kind of people could do it. But if it's going to get out to any scientist, I guarantee you they're going to tip off a reporter. Like,
nice.
So they don't, because they have a pursuit of truth kind of goal as well. Most of them, right?
Right.
Like, they want to be involved in that kind of thing.
And the guilt of hiding stuff from humans.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you ever talked to anyone who believed in the lizard people and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. People, because, you know, they email about everything. It's so interesting because there's some that are hooked into the larger theories. Some just have totally one-off theories. This is to me, proof that from my perspective, that it is more of a human phenomenon, because there's not a coalescing theory. Like, even if I love the X-Files, and even in that I'm confused by the end, and that's like actual fictional lore, and I'm like, those guys with the purity oil and the you know, like, after the second or the first movie, it was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Too much double backing on the conspiracies in that. Yeah, exactly.
Did they not nail the landing? X-Files? Is that
well? They
petered out. I feel like the movie.
I think the movie ruined the TV show because it was so climactic. It was the perfect build to a movie. I just was so fascinated, and then it was like, oh, she was abducted by aliens, but it was actually the government. But was it? It was.
Yeah.
It was, and it didn't have an answer, but it also. Because it was so wish-washy, they couldn't continue the show with one perspective.
I think also, you know, maybe I'm an outlier here, but I think that X-Files has to be in the 90s in some way. I feel like once it stretches into the 21st century too far, the same mindset is not there anymore. Like, I think the 90s was great for, inspiring that countercultural. Then it's like we had been focused so long on the Cold War and looking at enemies, and it was like then we had to turn our conspiracies towards our own government, and that just didn't last that long. Like, in terms of that good juice. So it just the mindset changed a little bit.
I do like the X-Files of now, where it's like there's a flat Earth episode.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you do that show when the internet exists, right? Because it changes everything, I think. But, so people just email you like, "Hey, I met an alien," and then how do you suss out if you're going to contact them or not?
I can't.
Wait. Time out before you answer. Like you've written articles for all the major publications. You know, she's written science articles for Vice and I mean, you tell me I'm not.
The New York Times, Wired, National Geographic, MIT Technology Review. Got them all. I'm trying to get them all.
Congratulations.
And no, I mean, like, and that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's amazing because you're essentially a peer-reviewed journalist. You know, I mean, that's not a real thing, but like,
she's legit. She's bona fide.
Yeah.
It's so well, thank you. But it is like, I like receiving the emails. I can't report on them because it's not the type of information I know how to parse. Like, there are people who are really good and that are deep in the lore that know like what to say and can do kind of interesting ethnographic studies of people, going out and talking to people and looking at hotspots and things like that. And it's just not what I do. I need the scientific institutions to give me peer-reviewed research. And that is only one way of looking at the world. It's limited, but it's the way that I understand the world. And I think it's like the exciting kind of portal to open.
Do you actually read the studies?
Oh yeah. It's my favorite thing. So what? I just want to quickly plug my newsletter at 404 Media, The Abstract. I do a weekly roundup of all the studies I found interesting this week. I read all the studies. You never know what you're going to find in those. There's the weirdest details possible you can imagine in the supplementary information and stuff like that. So if you ever want to just I only quote from the studies directly in that newsletter. So
How do you wait?
love them.
So where do you get it?
It's at 404 Media.
404 Media. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Sign up there.
you can read that text, that study text and understand it. Like when I find a study online when I'm doing research for whatever,
Mhm.
I cannot.
No.
It might as well.
It's
just
like
be in a
lawyer
different
talk
language.
and scientist
Yeah,
talk.
dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
What did you just say?
Totally. First of all, some studies are really fantastic and will just have like a lead that is like better than I could ever come up with. I did one last week that was about ants who make their young murder their own mothers, and it like literally starts like, the study of matricide is very difficult to find, but these ants, they squirt other queens and then their young kill them, and it's like, okay. So some of them are very accessible. I will cop like it, I'm not going to read through the equations that everybody did in each study because I don't have that expertise. However, I do like read as much as I can, and I think I encourage everybody to just try it, because you will find these really, there will always be a couple plain language sentences in there, especially in the abstract and the conclusions, to try to like, they do try to bring people in. Yeah, I mean, I certainly, in my area of expertise, I'm used to seeing certain, like I'm now trained in seeing certain
you can
things,
decipher it.
but it's not like I'm like, oh yes, that equation, I'm going to see, like that's not my expertise at all. I'm going to trust them that their formulas and their equations and their algorithms are all correct, and that's why you kind of ask for outside comment from other researchers to so they can use their expertise to see
and kind of translate it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My parallel of if I were to compare myself to you, it would be like, well, I got to take in all these crazy conspiracy theories and I have to figure out which one, because I'll be following something. Then if you find out someone is into something that you don't believe in, then it's like, oh well,
Yeah, I can't believe you anymore. Willie, you're just like, it's like politics for you. Like the second you find out that they believe one thing that you're at odds with, it's like, well, throw that person away.
Well, and I try not to throw it out, but I'm like, oh well, specifically flat Earth stuff, or if you believe in the flood myth only from the Bible, then it's like, well, it was in cuneiform also. So I don't know.
Wait, can I ask something about, because you said flat Earth a couple times now. There's no one's doing anything on that front, right, Becky? I mean, like, because it's,
you mean in like science,
let's hear your perspective. Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean,
because it's outlandish, and we know that it's not true, so we won't do that.
So big.
Yeah, and that to your point, Willie, like that's what I kind of like about conspiracy theories. If you're able to stay hopefully grounded, which nobody does, but
I know.
But
I'm a grounded believer.
Like I yeah, there you go. I like to,
real.
People make these amazingly creative mythology. This is why I just don't think Ancient Aliens is likely, because people are just, their brains are amazing. They're showing up in my emails all the time with these mythologies that are well thought out, that are interesting.
I love it. I love that part of it.
Yeah. And I have beliefs that I know are not true, that I just kind of decide are true, right? Like, so I totally get the impulse to just like give yourself that indulgence, right?
Yeah.
That's why I try to learn the lores, because anything that I've said, I just recently read about, so it's like,
but you connect some stuff. I mean, you don't just regurgitate
makes
stuff.
The web.
Yeah, totally. No, I think it's just one of the great things about having a human brain. One of the downsides too, I suppose, but yeah.
Well, they're pretty good. So as bad as they are.
What else about aliens, Willie? Like, what's another thing? The UAPs, like, where do you stand on that in the end? You just think it's secret government?
I don't know what they. You, Willie. Sorry.
Well, I mean, like, I do believe there is intelligent life here, and so I think it's a mixture. I do lean towards the idea that we have reverse engineered stuff, and that's where we got the crafts that our secret military is flying around.
Becky, when you hear that, are you just eye rolling, or
no? I hear it all the time. I mean, it's like a common belief. So, like I say, if it ever is revealed that that's the truth, like, I'm happy to be,
Where would it come from? It would have to come from one of the scientists, right?
I feel like it would have to leak, yeah.
but they're
there
like
are
locked in a
scientists
bunker or something.
leaking stuff all the time, people on their deathbed and stuff. And it's just like low budget film of someone who's trying to gain popularity off of their death, so
Sorry,
it's a weird situation.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my kid is screaming. I hope that's.
I can't hear him.
Okay, good. All right.
Him or her?
It's a him. Yeah, it's bedtime. That's all.
Do you need to go? You could go give him a slug of vodka or whatever you.
Yeah. That's really.
I don't have children.
I just didn't want it to be.
Well, it's fine. You saw Willie's kid walk into the room.
Yeah.
We all
it was adorable.
We acted like it wasn't happening.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I shouldn't have even mentioned anything.
It's all right. Okay, so beyond UAPs, what's the next kind of thing, Willie?
Well, let me ask you this: have you? Because I'm so deep that I don't know what gets out anyways. I heard Avi Loeb mention that where 3I Atlas was when the WOW scale happened is like kind of in the vicinity of where that was from. Have you heard that? Do you take any credibility to that?
I don't. I think especially with this one, the natural explanation seems to be there. It's interesting because Avi has like obviously
WOW scale, the WOW signal. That's what I meant. WOW signal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
the WOW
you notice
signal?
My face? I was
that's
like,
what made me go, why is he looking like
Oh, so wait, he's linking the comet to the WOW signal, or
the WOW signal
that.
In the 70s. They're saying that he said that he took the trajectory of where this came from, and it would have been in the same vicinity.
I mean, it's a big sky, right? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Well,
exact claim, but
this much. If it was this close, it could be a billion.
Just real quick,
wide.
give me an update on it. Give me a refresher on what the WOW.
The WOW signal was, SETI was just monitoring the skies, and there was such a big blip that somebody wrote WOW on it, and it became the WOW signal.
A very powerful signal that has never really been fully explained, but was only one.
It hasn't been explained, hasn't been repeated. They've named all the satellites that way and didn't radar.
Okay. Okay. So now, catch me up again.
So Avi Loeb said that's where 3I Atlas was when the WOW signal happened.
Yeah.
It came from Sagittarius. Okay. But an inch is a lifetime of traveling. I mean, I don't believe that any intelligent life is driving through space, but locally maybe, yeah, sure. But I don't think that this thing has life on it. I think it could be a probe, but I think that it probably isn't, because everything just takes off. An idea just takes off, and then everyone's like, yeah, that's what this, and then it's just over.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I love the idea, of like the xenoarchaeological idea that we have artifacts in our solar system from aliens and things like that. Again, as a popular culture trope. So I see the appeal.
The black satellite. Yeah,
exactly. It's really, I think, because we like to think of ourselves, both as at this point in space, but also as part of this timeline, and that there could be something, in our distant past, right? Or that we could be the distant past for something else, which is another theory I like a lot. But yeah, I mean, I just don't see. I think the tropes that there are so powerful in popular culture around aliens that, as Mulder would say, we want to believe, right? And you can see the influence of how an alien looks in pop culture in the sightings that occur after. It's particularly with the gray alien that comes out of the 40s and 50s, right? Like, then people start seeing that. And because I think you can actually, a lot of things look like the gray alien that could be natural and or earthly in explanation, right? You could just see a tree that looks weird. And like my favorite Ancient Aliens thing is the Aboriginal art from 4,000 years ago, the rock art, where it's like, that looks like the gray alien.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one that I'm like, oh. But I think that
that was just the least talented artist in the tribe. He was trying to draw a person. I couldn't do it.
Exactly. Well, it's like, you see in all of these traditions, like tens of thousands of years ago, they're merging like a lion with a human and things like, they're just imaginative, and that shouldn't be surprising. They're our ancestors, God.
I mean, I do love hearing this, because it's so centering and grounding, because I'm like, well, yeah, like, as much as I love it, they would love it even more because they don't have things to consume. But I still think that there could be life on the moon. But I also laugh at myself.
Can I tell you what life there might be on the moon? Which is my favorite story.
Is it the Nazis?
It's no. Do you know about the moon poo? The tardigrades. Yeah, tardigrades could be there.
Yeah.
Do you know about the moon poo?
I don't.
Yeah.
So the Apollo astronauts had to put their diapers on the moon because they wouldn't want to bring them back, obviously. So there is this like wide-ranging kind of question of like, did the microbes in that poo survive? How long did it survive? This would be like a major discovery to know, like, if the microbes in the poo actually were able to survive for a while. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Neil Armstrong spent diapers, created like a civilization or something like that. So that's my favorite thing.
Just a bunch of little Neil Armstrongs, but they have the worst attitudes. They're like super shitty.
Yeah, exactly. The Aldrin poo is fighting with the Armstrong poo.
Okay.
So there's legitimate like calls to go to the moon to sample the poo.
Can we just talk about space travel on the moon and like it's coming up now. It's like people are starting to question like, why haven't we been back to the moon? The obvious answer is there's nothing there. Why would we? It's expensive. But is there a different reason that you're more plugged into this world? Like, why don't we go back to the moon?
I mean, I think it's what you say. I don't think that, there's talk of trying to build a lunar economy. Remains to be seen to me. I think people again underestimate like Earth is very nice and the moon is terrible and so is Mars and they're not habitable. And it's, as you say, very expensive to do it. So, and what's the goal? Are we going to live there? I doubt it. And so maybe there will be some kind of super rich tourism kind of a thing, the way that you get for going deep into the ocean or something like that.
That plane is never going to stop flying. There's a hotel.
Really?
They're trying to build this hotel.
That sounds like a nightmare. God, a plane like that you don't get to get off of.
Yeah. But you get taken up to it. You stay up there and you leave. My take on why we haven't been back is because I feel like they're just trying not to get sued because we do not have the proper ability to take care of our astronauts. There are particles shooting through them. A lot of them talk about seeing flashes of light when they're sleeping. They're like, oh yeah, those are particles flying through that's not being protected from the Earth. If we were to build something on the moon, it would just have micro holes on it until it was gone. And we would spend trillions of dollars making something that we can't live in.
It is so astonishing. All the
astronauts should be able to sue because they've all, they all come back a little bit less. I hate to say that, but
what do you mean less?
I feel like
because the things are going through their
damage.
Brain and shit.
Yeah, pulverizing synapses.
We do that with alcohol, man. Right?
Yeah, no, I know, and that's why it's like, well. Also, one idea is that, they say we don't have the technology anymore. It's like, yeah, there were companies that were building parts for the space shuttle that don't exist anymore. So you can't just recreate the space shuttle. Yeah,
and nor should we. Death trap. But no, I think that's true. And also, NASA's budget was like gigantic during the and it's paltry, right? So it's like you do need to put a lot of money towards it. Yeah, I think always it's truly a miracle that 6 moon landings happened and nobody died. Like truly miraculous. Like very lucky, and close calls, obviously, in multiple cases. So,
and I also think there's aliens there, but it's just funny.
Yeah. Well, you think that the moon is hollow? Is that?
Yeah, I think it's hollow. I think it's
hollow.
I haven't heard that one.
He thinks it's a spaceship. Yeah,
that
was moved here. I think I think I'm regurgitating stuff that I picked, but I think that out of all the moons in the solar system, it's like what the third or fourth biggest one, and
it's very
too
strange.
Big. It's too big, and its rotation on us is too crazy. And
it's always been really strange to me that it just happens to have the same apparent size as the sun in the sky, that you would get eclipses that perfect. All the other eclipses are dinky in the rest of the solar system. We get a proper good, perfect match, which is really a huge coincidence, right? But
I mean, our existence is just built off a million miracles.
It's true,
including the moon. And I'm like, if we were to ever terraform something, we need to put a moon in to pump that ocean.
But no, I mean that's why I'm like, why do you believe that there's life out there? Because like everything that built life here has been so astonishing, you know?
Do you guys believe that there's, I know, Willie, you believe it's already here, but what about you, Wade? Do you believe that aliens are out there?
I'm kind of like the generic, like, well, the universe is so big, there must be some life somewhere, but I don't think they've been here. I don't think, I'm just kind of, I'm agnostic about it.
But I'm like,
kind of like, call me when you get something. I'm not going to think about it.
Yeah, totally.
I'm totally, on board for the, but like, like one of the biggest fake moonlander guys out there, which has a huge following, is just because people wouldn't swear in the Bible. And like when you, like, he was just a really big asshole putting his face into everybody's face. And I'm like,
who's this?
When you see, it's the guy that got punched by
Buzz Aldrin.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Because it's, I think
it was Buzz Aldrin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it Buzz or Neil?
Buzz Aldrin.
It was Buzz,
It was Buzz, but he definitely has approached all of the astronauts, and he got invited into one of their homes. And at any rate, I'm like, it's cool to watch. I don't know. It's not cool. He's an asshole, but like people will put the clips of him like, oh, look, he didn't swear in the Bible. I'm like, well, you have to believe in the Bible. A, B, you don't want someone getting in your face to I don't know. Cause Becky, I will say this. One of my favorite things to watch is the interview of the astronauts when they just got back from the moon. They are just, it looks like they're dead inside. And the people ask them questions if they saw stars, and they're like, one of them looks at the other and is like, I don't remember if we saw stars. And I'm just like, it's just a fascinating, as an expert observer, why didn't you observe anything? And I'm like, I feel like they were definitely told what they could and could not say, and they were depressed at, this is me projecting, but you can tell that they're not happy, and it's weird.
That's really
jet lag.
It is quite a journey. Yeah.
Space
I mean, Jesus
lag.
Christ. Get a bunch of reporters talking to you the second you get off of a plane.
Oh my God.
See how fucking nice and filled with life you are.
That's with an airport bathroom. They were pooping into bags and crap.
They're mad they left their diapers on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got to wrap this up. Is there any kind of, Willie, is there anything you want to get out there before we go?
I'm so happy you did the show.
Me too.
This is fun. You should come back when you have more time.
Happy to, yeah.
Because we get weird on this show. And I feel like you could get weird with us. Oh, you haven't seen even a fraction of how weird we get.
I mean, my closing thing is I love Carl Sagan. Is just a perfect example of, yes, we need incredible ideas need to be backed by, I don't know the quote specifically, but need to have incredible facts to support them. And I feel like he did a good job of getting people to question our place in the universe, which I think is what we should be doing. And it would help us just take care of the planet better. We don't need to be pointing the finger and be like, your bath is ruining the planet. AI we all have to pay for it, whatever. And it's like, well, it's very fragile, and a million miracles needed to happen for us to get here. So maybe, I don't know, like, don't take the guilt of the bath because we have companies wasting all of the water. You don't need to individualize it. But, that's where I lean towards, is just to like, and most people don't feel this way, but like pointing out our place in the universe, I think is a good place to start.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was the best. I think we need communicators like that can both be critical thinkers, but not be boring. Like, he was fun to listen to, and I think it's a hard skill. And I totally agree with you. Like, it's just one of the things I think Sagan was great at was saying that the actual real empirical data from science is actually a source of spirituality. When you really look at like how just incredibly vast the universe is and how lucky we are to be in it. I mean, how can you not get a little heartrending kind of tear in your eye, right? Like, it's truly a miracle that anything has ever existed here. So My favorite quote from him is, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself," which I think is always very profound.
Yeah. So through your years, how many years have you been doing this?
About 15.
Has that changed your perspective on anything? Like when you came into it, did you have a bias that has changed, or has it mostly...
Oh yeah, I didn't take the UFO stuff seriously at all. Not that I didn't think like the stuff was interesting, but like I was just like, that's not for me. And then over time, reading more about the history of it and also seeing these videos that are so compelling, like I can see why it's obviously something, I just didn't understand it before. So that was something that's changed over the course for sure.
So, okay, the book is called First Contact. You can find it wherever you buy books, right? Oh, look at that.
Yay.
Say something. There you go.
All right. First Contact. It's your one-stop primer for all the diverse meanings of aliens to people, from our ancient origins of thinking about extraterrestrials as sky gods, all the way to the scientific search for life that is ongoing today.
I'm so excited to read it.
That
it's almost like I've had to do it a lot.
That covers. I love that cover. Whoever
It's
did
fun.
that.
Yeah, no, I think it really encapsulates everything. So it's sold wherever books are, audiobook, ebook. I hope.
Who did the audiobook? Did you do it?
No, I got it. There's a narrator that did it. So
right.
she sounded awesome. Yeah. So
okay, one last question before you go.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
That's such a good question. It's probably the Titanosaur. That's the biggest dinosaur. And
is it like a brontosaurus type? I know the brontosaurus is kind of fake.
It's the biggest.
But it's
they found it in 2014. And it's just like, it's so big. It's like, how did that happen? And that's what like the dinosaur that I would be. Is it's like, they had a big model of it at the American Museum of Natural History, and you go in and you're just like, how could that happen?
Right.
Titanosaur. What about you guys?
Okay.
Favorite dinos?
Ooh, well, I have one more question for you. Do you think there's any possibility that a plesiosaur existed long past dinosaur age and showed up in Loch Ness?
No, I don't. I think that Loch Ness is not that big. I think we would probably find it.
There's not enough food in Loch Ness.
I wish. Yeah, that's a great. I love a good cryptid. You can believe it's like that's an example of something I will believe, even though I'm like, that's not true. It just
it's
let
fun.
myself.
It's harmless.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm a Triceratops guy. Willie?
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely into Velociraptor just because Jurassic Park, like hunting together, being smart. And like, yeah, that's cool.
Damn right. Yeah.
So boring answer. Velociraptor. They got a basketball team named after him. Well, thanks again for being here, Becky Ferreira. I guess find you unless you want to shout out socials or anything.
Yeah, sure. I have BeckyFerreira.com. I'm on X and Instagram, and also I do a newsletter called The Bex Files as well. You can look up. So yeah,
The Bex Files, very nice.
I love it.
All right,
well, this is really fun. I really appreciate you guys having me.
Open invitation. Come back anytime, for real.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Thank you everyone for listening. Remember, go to patreon.com/RealLifeSciFi. 2 bonus episodes, and remember, just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not after you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Real Life Sci-Fi.